Yeah, that was exciting, very exciting. I was really, really young and really terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, some things don't change. I'm older now. Yeah. But it was something.
Has everybody seen it?
Yes.
Oh my God! Do yourselves a favor tonight and watch it.
It's great.
It is awesome. Yeah, early Castiel.
And my voice is like 5 octaves higher.
Hey, Mr. Senior Officer, I found a leak in the toilet. Come help me plug it. You went there.
He was a fire marshal or FN Biddle. You're in the Navy, aren't you?
Yes.
I can tell. What kind of a craft are you on?
I'm a lieutenant, and I just came from the USS George Washington for deployed in Japan.
No way.
Currently in the UK. So,
Amazing, thank you.
How long was your deployment?
2 years, and we did 2 6-month deployments. Went all over South China Sea. It was a great time, and you have never seen so many supernatural laptops out in the enlisted berthing as I have.
Really?
That's how I found the video.
Oh, really?
That is awesome. Did you show it to your fellow?
I actually did show it to a couple of fellow officers. We were cracking up because you did exactly what we wish all of our enlisted would do.
Well, I'm amazed that your enlisted don't do what he did, because it's like he's about to start welding, I believe, and he's standing in a pool of fuel, of gasoline. And when he's like, you know what? I should probably clean this up first. So, if they're not doing that, that's a problem.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm interested in for the next season. I want to know, now that Dean is a demon, if Demon Dean starts to kill people, would Sam and Castiel have the courage to kill Dean?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's a monster. I gotta kill him. Yeah, we gotta kill him.
We have to, in fact, yes, we will kill. We insist on killing him.
Immediately. That's tough. Obviously, I think Sam and Cass would try to not have to kill Dean, but I think if it came down to it, and he was killing some people, we couldn't really give him a free pass, right?
To kill?
No free pass to kill. No, I think so.
That's against the rules.
It's against the rules.
He's not allowed to kill people.
Yeah, not allowed to kill people. We'll probably chain him up. And more duct tape.
We'll make him take another holy water shower.
If he does go on a killing spree, I think a few holy water showers will really do the trick. Yeah.
I think that you probably would not be interested in killing Dean, because that would mean you'd have to shoot a lot more days yourself. You get no time off.
Yeah, no, that's not good for me. That's not good for Jared. It's not so good. Hopefully we don't cross that bridge. We just, I guess we'll have to wait for next season. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it.
Hello.
Hey guys, I have a question for Misha.
Yes.
Last year, you and Jensen sent me on a quest to find Jared's resume. Don't get too excited. He apparently doesn't have one.
Are you a spy?
I am a spy.
How do you not have an old resume?
I don't know. I guess I don't have one. I might not have one.
My question is, obviously bicycle touring had a big part in you getting the role of Castiel.
Yes.
And dance had a big part in Jensen getting the role of Dean.
No question.
Other than wrestling, which obviously wasn't on Jared's resume, what do you think would be on it if there wasn't?
Did you ever have, do you remember ever having a resume that had like the special skills section on it?
Yes.
Because that was the killer.
The killer.
Yeah.
Whose did we just see? It was like kickboxing, modeling, football, rollerblading, football, was like, yeah.
Football twice.
Doubling up on football. I did. I think mine probably said rollerblading. Probably said football, basketball.
Bicycle touring?
Not bicycle touring.
Lame.
Not even acting on camera. But I don't know. I don't know what it would be. I don't know what else I would have. You have it?
I have it. Okay.
You have mine?
No, don't give him ours. Unbelievable.
Show it again. Show it again.
He's famous. He had Jared hair, huh?
He had Sam hair.
I look exactly the same.
All right, Jensen Ackles. Beach volleyball, skill number 1. He just watched Top Gun.
Yeah.
Beach volleyball, snowboarding, snow and water skiing, jet skiing, boogie boarding.
He has bicycling.
Yeah, but not bicycle touring. Ice skating, track, dance, sing. That's not bad. All right. That's not bad.
I got ice skating too.
But do you necessarily need to put jet skiing? Can't everybody get on a jet ski?
Can't everyone get on a bicycle? Do you know anyone who doesn't know how to ride a bike?
I don't. I guess Tom and Shep. Does anybody here not know how to ride a bike?
Yeah.
I have a friend who does bicycle tours. I should introduce you to him.
Yeah, I run bicycle tours, so if you want to check that out.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know what mine would be. Mine certainly would have rollerblading on it, because back in the day I was like, I can rollerblade. Yeah, my special skills I think was limited. What do you have?
I've got great stuff on him. Appalachian clogging,
Tibetan throat singing.
motorcycle license.
What is Tibetan throat singing?
Oh man, that sounds great. It's great. But I cannot do it right now because my voice is gone. I'm sorry guys, but it's
I guess that's our cue. Sorry. Thank you guys. We love you. We're giving it up to Ty and Oz.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Let's hear you.
Jared and Misha.
No, I said let's hear you. Oh, we're gonna have to work on you guys. You guys have low end. Where the hell do you think you're going?
It's okay, Ty.
No, I am fired up. I am fired up. We're not gonna go out like this. We're not gonna go gently into the night like a bunch of lambs. We're gonna come out and fight like lions here. Where are you going? You. With the hair, and the bun, and the camera. Where are you going? We don't need you. We don't need you. How's everybody doing? So now we have a really fun task. If you don't mind taking a moment. We have to make all those people regret leaving. All right? That's our goal for today. That's our goal. How are you guys? You good? So, to my friend Osric.
So, I feel like I should address this. Let's start by telling my side of the story.
Yes, let's hear your side.
And you can back me up, because you were there.
Yes, I was there.
Okay. This has been such a crazy convention, I swear to God. Okay, yeah, so Jared. Jared.
You may know him, tall guy.
Yeah, we just
broken arm.
He just located his right shoulder. I'm not supposed to have these stories. So we're in the green room, okay? We're in the green room and, everyone's kind of chilling on the couch. We're all just kind of waiting to, come up on stage, do the photo ops. And Jared's, we're all a little bit bored, and Jared's bored, and he's like, all right, who wants to wrestle? And
Famous last word.
and I'm bored, and I think Matt was gonna say yes. I'm like, for me, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, of course, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I thought he was, I kind of thought he was joking, I wasn't sure. And then, Jared comes in with his big smile, he's like, like that big teddy bear thing that he does. I'm like, oh, we're gonna like go to somewhere with more room, right? Because there's like the couch and like a big marble table there. I'm
Safety first. That's
right?
what you were thinking.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, this isn't even a flat surface. But he comes at you.
Not even kinda. Like there's a couch and a coffee table a half a foot away with bottles and glasses and plates and things. Like, this is not the #1 place to wrestle.
Definitely wasn't, but once Jared starts coming at you, you really don't have a choice. Because he's a really big guy.
Hey, you want to wrestle?
Sure.
Hey, look at that. You want to wrestle down there?
Yeah, I'll wrestle.
All right.
So, Jared's strong. Don't get me wrong, he's strong. If he asked me to do any striking, I probably wouldn't. I'm like, okay, unless we're just like, half speed, no light contact. Because, yeah, even his hand is like the size of my head. So if he asked me to strike, no. But he's not much, he's not a grappler, he doesn't come from it. He's got tight holds and stuff, and he's, again, really strong.
Bear strength.
Yeah, really. It kind of feels like a bear, but I'm like, yeah, I'd like to kind of see how it is. So, anyways, he's coming at me, and he kind of gets me in like this front choke, and he's trying to choke me. I'm like, oh, this got real really fast. I'm not, like, Ty is a trained jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, what else? Like,
MMA, little jiu-jitsu.
MMA. It's a lot of stuff. And for me, I've done wushu, which is like it's considered more of a dance than a martial art. It's like a performance thing. I'm like, okay, I've kind of dabbled in it. So he comes at me, and so the first thing I'd be like, okay, gotta breathe. And slowly he's giving me room, so I'm just kind of playing. I flip him around onto the couch. I'm on top of him. Before you know it, I have him in a good, lock, good position. And so I have him in this headlock. I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna flip me over with one arm because he's strong enough to do that. So I, look at my legs. So I'm like a backpack at this point. And I'm holding him in.
Smaller.
Kind of, right? So I'm choking him, and
they're like one of those little backpacks that girls wear. It's because it's Jared, right? I'm not saying anything about you. Like,
yeah.
You look like a little Hello Kitty doll on the back.
And so at this point, Ty walks over, and he's like telling Jared, like, okay, you should do this. He's just kind of walking Jared through. So I'm just waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, now it's becoming like a instructional jiu-jitsu thing. But Jared's also very competitive.
Yes.
And this it scared me just for a second.
See it in his eyes, that moment of like, oh shit, I'm not gonna get caught in this by the little guy.
I could not see it in his eyes, but I'm like, okay. If it was any other person, I'd just like choke up a little bit, and usually they tap. Not Jared. So I'm waiting, and then I see he starts to stand up. I'm like, oh god. So I'm like, all right, let's finish it. Nope. Right away he starts doing this, and I'm like, way the hell up here. I see my head going down. I'm like, oh, the floor is coming. It was either the table, the couch, or the floor, but at least he didn't go there, because if he went that way, I would have just let go, and then it would have been really messy. So he basically tries to pile drive me into the floor, and I see the floor coming, and I kind of tuck my head away at the last moment, and then we go down, and then basically I'm lying on top of him after, like, there's like a quick roll. I'm talking, I'm choking him out, and then I see him tap, and he's like, I think I dislocated my shoulder. And I'm like, yeah.
It was kind of fun the way he did it, because he was just kind of stone-faced.
I can tell if he was joking. I can never tell if he's joking.
Oh, I know.
Until his face kind of started getting really pale, and then he just sat down like this. I'm like, oh.
So So we have renamed our friend here to Master Chow. We've all been like walking into the room. We bow when we enter. Master Chow. And the first thing I said, we didn't even realize how much Jared had injured his shoulder. And I was like, having a coffee going, thank God it's not, because I know I'm next. I'm not in the mood for this shit.
Yeah. But what happened was he actually, going to the floor, he actually caught his elbow here and then popped his shoulder out. Right? So it was like, he was trying to grab on, he was trying to rip my arm away from his neck and then just it didn't pop that much off. It was just a little bit, you know.
Just a little bit.
Right, so Cliff came over and was like, oh, yeah, it's out. And he just like pushed it back in. It's like, which wasn't so bad, right?
The good news is, considering the granite coffee table and the glasses and the plates and the forks and all the stuff that was there, it's really probably the least of the injuries that we could have seen.
Probably.
Because if Jared had actually landed that, this is like concrete under here, folks. This isn't padded. There's this like cheap industrial carpet about that thick. And if he had landed that and not slowed down on the couch, we would have been putting you in like
pretty much. I thought my head was gonna go onto the. Well, I mean, I turned at the last second. It was very close.
But I also want to say, Master Chow, if I may, Master Chow could have let go. He could have let go. At that point, he's like, I know I'm going over. You could have.
Yep.
You could have went, I'm going to let go. No. That's when, you guys have heard us talk about how this show is filled with alpha males, right? Which is a new thing. Like, 'cause normally these kind of people butt heads. We just wrestle a little bit. But it's like, under any other circumstances, both you little alpha males could have went, I'm going to stop this. This is going far enough. Nope, I'm holding this right down. I'm taking this moose right to the ground.
If you went for the table, I wouldn't let go. But like seeing the floor, I'm like, okay, tuck and roll. Kind of worked out.
Did work out. It worked out well.
But the real pain came after, because after, it was like, and he's like, oh, I feel like I need to stretch it. He was like up in the room, and he's like, oh, I just need to stretch it. He popped it out a second time, because he was just like this, and then, and that one hurt way more than the first one. And this time it actually popped all the way out. So Tomo and Cliff were there putting back in. But like, I mean, I'm saying this now with, lighter, but I swear, yesterday, the entire day, I was like, oh God, I really messed up. I'm so sorry.
We were all trying to coax him into some like, some kind of, grasshopper, big moose.
And it was tough, but it was such a weird. I felt so guilty the entire time. And all of these guys were just like cheering me, like they're like.
And poor Jared's had like no sympathy. I mean, we love it. We don't want him hurt, but we're like, yeah, he'll heal. He's fine.
Yeah, so he finally went, and again, sorry for him missing his panel yesterday, but yeah, basically they went off to dinner. I'm like, and I have to stay with him, so I just sat in the room and me and Cliff watched him sleep for a couple hours watching Italian soap.
Which is kind of creepy. And I know all of you are thinking, I want to watch him sleep too. You were, I know. That would have been funny. He wakes up and there's like 100 girls in there.
But yeah, and after what, like, just in case he needed help, and yeah, once the pain, whatever thing he took wore off, he was supposed to wake up from the pain. He didn't. He just slept right through it, so it wasn't that bad. And so Cliff's like, yeah, I'll be fine. So,
personally, I think he's milking it.
I don't know.
Kidding.
It hurt a lot. So, Cliff just kind of urged me. It was like, you should go enjoy the dinner. This is your first time in Rome. You really should, have the whole meal. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And still worried. So actually, Jared, when he finally woke up, he came to the restaurant, and he's like, Osric, I knew you were going to be worried all night if I did show up. He's like, I want to go to bed. I'm like, and I really appreciate that from Jared. So he's a static guy.
Wait a minute. He said, Master Chow. I want to thank you for the lesson you've given me. You are right. Truly, cricket takes down Moose. That's the truth of the matter.
But seriously, like, Jared is such a gentleman, and yeah, again, he messes with I think Misha is probably the happiest that this happened. But, you know, he messes with everyone, but, you know, he's got a heart of gold, so it was great. And he stayed up with us till, you know, walking the streets of Rome at night. That's my story.
I like it. I like it. So, what's up with you? Yeah, we got a question? We got